Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Salatu wassalam, tahiyatu wal ikram ala ashrafil anbiya'i mursaleen. Sayyidina wa Maulana Habib Qulubina bil Qasim Muhammad. Qala Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fi kitabihil kareem. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah alladhi hadana lihada wa kunna linahtadiya lawla an hadana Allah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Firstly, I'm grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give me this opportunity and tawfiq. If He hadn't permitted this, I wouldn't be here. And I thank all of you. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you.
It's an occasion, a personality that is so unknown. The more I read, I feel I need to know more. The more I read, the more I think, because there are so many scholars who have talked about this lady in their own sincere ways. And many have written volumes and volumes of books. And they go back. It is amazing how this personality has been gifted to us. I feel very fortunate that I'm able to I got it. Inshallah, today you see a very brief, as much I could do. But as I said, I cannot comprehend the complete, because to understand Sayyidah is to understand Muhammad Ali, to understand Quran. This is exactly what I'm trying to find in all the hidden places. And there is a book written by a devoted lady in Iran. She was a scholar trying to become a PhD student. And she wrote some aspects. And I like the way today there are people who are researching and giving us the gift. It's all prepaid knowledge. And this is one thing I'm grateful for. I don't have to go to roots. They're all there. I type 1, 2, 3, 4 words and there's books. There's a website called Al-Islam. My God, there are hundreds of books. And the Bayt Library. So there are, as I said, there's no shortage. So how do we understand that? Shariati says in his book, shall we describe her as a daughter of Rasulullah, wife of Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib, mother of Hasnain, mother of Zainab ibn Khaldun? No, he says Fatima is Fatima. And this is a very, very deep thinker and scholar. And I get amazed that to us understand who was her teacher, think of it. Who taught her? Allah taught Muhammad, Muhammad taught Ali and Fatima. I mean, the power, the manifestation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this house, we cannot understand the height of it. They'll only take you up. They'll only take you to your salvation. So, her father was her teacher. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. And if you read the story, how from the time she came into this world, she's like Musiba, one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. She used to cry when people used to throw garbage on her father in Makkah. She used to nurse him, so much so that she said, "You are my mother." Anyway, a great role model. Not just for women. I can learn from her. In describing through the lens, we all need lenses. Well, I mean, for eyesight, we take glasses, we take binoculars, and everything. The lens of to Muhammad and Ali. Want to see Fatima? Go to Muhammad. Want to see Fatima? Go to Ali and his Imams. And they have described, there was one scholar, he says, if everybody is to get together. Imams, Rasulullah. If Sayyada were to come, all will get up. Rasul is saying, Allah's best maid has come. Ali says, best wife has come. And the Imam will say, best mother has come. So we need to understand her value in our life. Is she exclusively for the men? No, at least for my thinking. An aura, everybody knows what an aura is? Where you get mesmerized. There's nothing more, the words in English or any language cannot describe Arabic words, Quranic words, personality. There is an aura of what? Admiration, respect that emanates. It is unbelievable. I think there was a small hadith, and it was about the eighth Imam, Rada alayhi salam. His son, Duaa, was in the room, he was sitting with somebody, and in the conversation he called, Muhammad Taqi Jawad, he didn't answer. Then he said, Muhammad Taqi Jawad, he didn't come. He was young, 5, 6, 7 years old. Twice. So somebody was recording this. So he goes and says, my son, didn't you hear me? I called you once, I heard you first time, Father. I heard you second time. What were you busy with that you couldn't come? There's something more. He says, with one hand on the earth, the other looking at the sky, he says, I want to know the manzilat of my Jadda, Fatima AS. This is the requirement of the Imams, to know the position, say Fatima AS. So now, I have just collected, there were just far too many things to collect. I wouldn't say confused, I was more greedy. I want to grab this, I want to grab this, I want to grab this. But our time is limited, our concentration is limited. So I tried to, cherry picking, you heard cherry picking. So I went cherry picking with the books. Her knowledge was is it just from? No. She had complete knowledge. Whatever was given to Nabi Muhammad, he transferred it to Ali and Fatima. Vastness of knowledge cannot be determined. Liberality, and these are the words of scholars, not mine. I just collect. I'm just a farmer. Now, liberality and stinginess, two opposite forces. Liberality, we become overly generous or we become bakhil. There's a midway. What is that midway? If somebody has, let me know. I'll put it on my Google search. Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam, he relates from his father. He says, the Messenger of Allah said to me, beware of stinginess, because it is a defect that does not exist in a generous one. Beware of stinginess because it is a tree in fire, and his branches are in this life. Whoever clings to one of his branches, it will take to him to fire. Bakhil. Quran's story, they give food, little they have, despite fasting. This is the best way of giving. My wife, my children, everybody's hungry and thirsty. We haven't eaten for 2-3 days. If you have little food, someone knock on the door. I would close the door once I turn the light off and don't answer. Let's sit here and eat. No, Ali and Fatima. They give it for one and one only reason, for love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are frivolous when they need to be. Liberality is a tree in the paradise, and branches are in life. Believe me, this is very, very, very important. Salat ala Muhammad ala Muhammad. I don't want to get sidetracked because then I get into stories and that will take too long. Whoever clings to one of his branches will take him to where? In the paradise. One branch of liberality. versus one branch of stinginess, to opposite. These are opposite forces. And Allah will test me, test all of you. Oftentimes, now that I'm beginning to reflect a little better, oh, I missed an opportunity to salam to that person. Or I missed an opportunity to put a hand on this young boy. I forgot something. That means we can be generous in our action and empathy. And in psychology, we tell you, if you have empathy, you have a good-natured person. Caring for the other people is fundamental in Islam. And she personifies this. The reward of a sick. Liberality and stinginess, the reward of a sick. Sickness of soul is much more dangerous than sickness of the body. Sickness of the body, yes. We have a doctor sitting here, maybe there are more doctors sitting here. But sickness of the soul, it is so important and so easy to get caught. It's very, very, Iblis is waiting for me when I'm vulnerable. He knows my fitra, he knows my nature. He knows what is going to trick me to go the wrong way. He knows it, he's very smart. He says, I'm going to come in from the front, from the back, from the right, from the left. All four directions. Fatima bint Imam Husain's daughter describes her grandmother. I think Imam Ali and Fatima had got so many Fatimas in their lives. They were surrounded by Fatimas. The Prophet said, if someone becomes ill, Allah will reveal to his angels. Now remember, you have taken your precaution. I have taken all my precaution. Whatever I need to do, I have done, yet I get sick. And it happened many a time. Yeah, Allah, I've done everything. You know, I took ghusl, I cut my nails, I eat properly on it, and then suddenly I become sick. There's a reason for it. That's a test. You have done everything, yet Allah has got sickness for you. And then what happened? Stop writing against my slave as long as he is in my life. That sickness given by Allah is a ni'mah. Nabi Ayyub, alayhi salam. If you read towards the end of his life, for 70 years he enjoyed everything. Towards the end, Allah started pulling one by one, and his personal health, he never digressed from gratitude. He became greater. The more the tribulations came, that's the history of Allah. That's the history of Imam Ali alayhi salam. That in any condition, they were always grateful, magnanimous, any condition. And the greater the test, the more they raise themselves to the test. I have tried him until I take his soul or release him. Illness is a trial by which Allah tried man, and from his kindness to the sick, that he may expiate their sins in return for sickness, except for the major sins. And it is true. It is true. If you look at the history, many noble people got sick, but they never moved away from Sirat al-Mustaqim. They remained firm, irregardless. No matter what you think you have done prayers, you have fasted, you've given khums, zakat, you went for hajj, you went for umrah, you went for jihad, you've done everything, yet Allah starts to pull your rope. That's your test. It will happen to all of us, no exception. Ya Zahra. Okay, let's continue. Okay, certainly no one knows her other than her father. And I urge all the fathers, I'm a father, when I do this, I become more kind to my daughter. I do. I'm going to call her. She calls me every night. Every night she doesn't go to sleep. She lives in Miami. She wants to just hear my voice. And I'm pacified. I'm pacified because she is my grandma. She is my daughter, right? I want to stay close to her through the elevate. The leader, we know that. Islamic Rasul is the leader of all the Anbiya Mursaleen. He's the Sayyid. all the Prophet remember from Nabi Adam all the way Prophet to Fatima. He's the leader. And his daughter, mashallah, mashallah. What a family. I'm lucky, I'm fortunate to be in their quarter, in their house. When describing her, Fatima is the leader, don't know that. But what does it mean? Just leader for the woman? No. I can learn and I can teach my daughter. I have a granddaughter. I always tell her, I say, are you going to follow Fatima Zahra? She says, yeah, I'll try that though. You know, I don't have any time. That's the problem. You don't need long, you need affiliation continuous. Don't break that link. Once you make that link, strengthen it. Don't lose it. Because that is our salvation. She is our salvation. Say, there is nobody. And you know the story, I'm not going to go into it. One day Rasulullah was sitting with his companion. He drew 4 lines on the ground in the sand. You know the story. 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. On the sand. By the way, he used to love sitting on the sand with everybody. So they asked, what are these 4 lines? He said, these are the 4 highest ranking women of the world. Highest ranking. All. These are 4 Pharaoh's wives. Us. Maryam bint Imran. Khadija bint Khuwaylid. There is no. I was doing research on all 4 of them. Because I like doing research. So I started going through their lives. The most perfect. The most perfect. One day, this is described by Abba Muhammad Hassan ibn Mustafa alayhi salam. He says, I was at home and she had a special place where she prayed. She used to pray. And she, after praying, she kept on doing du'as and du'as and du'as. And I was listening. She kept praying for everybody in the family, in the neighborhood, in the nation, not one for herself. That's what he described. So he said, I went to my mother and said, no, you're praying for everybody? He said, they come first. The neighbor, her caring was a giving, natural. The way she cared, neighbors, friends. Most exemplary Muslim woman, there is nobody, believe me. It's not a question of Shia Sunni. There is nobody. Come close to her. Even come close to her. She by herself. The perfect human being. What is it? What is it that charisma she had that Rasul used to get up for her? She visited him in the masjid. As soon as he sees her, he get up. Rahmatullah alayhi. The father is getting up, and the person next to him. Yeah. The Prophet said, many men have reached perfection. But from among all women, only 4 women have reached. These 4 women are Asiya, Maryam, Khadija, and Fatima Zahra. Mother and daughter. I have gone through the life history of Asiya. Amazing, amazing, amazing lady. All she did was, Ya Allah, you married me to this man, Mal'oon. Give me a place in paradise. She bore every test. The worst thing for a mu'minah is to be married to an arrogant denier. Fir'aun, you know this. And Allah chose that your test is, but I'm going to give you a relief, I'm going to send you my Nabi, you look after him. Allah's wisdom is, nobody can comprehend other than Masoom. In other words, the Prophet presents these 4 as the best, highest moral and practical examples of women in all ages, from past until the future. The example of these 4 is forever. And Quran is nothing but a manifestation of learning, wisdom for all men to the end. Woman whom all women should follow. Okay, now, this expression of the Prophet, one of the best expressions present about the personality of Sayyida. What is it? It reveals her infallibility. Everybody knows infallibility. I'm not talking to shit. Everybody knows what infallibility is. Being masoom. That means
for God, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
You use infallible for God only.
It's a gift. It's a gift. They are special emissaries. They don't err. They don't mistake. They don't forget. They don't disobey. They are trained and protected by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from any mistakes. And this is, you talk about the highest level. Beauty, pleasantness, tenderness, and purity. I don't know what these words mean. I don't. Should I know? Yes. And this is English translation, not even the Arabic. I'm sure those who know, especially the Shaykh, when you look of knowing it Arabic, this is home. Come the letter. I don't know Arabic, yet I keep on searching. Keep on searching. And I get the look sometimes. Just looking at the book. She is the symbol of infallibility and virtue because of her heavenly existence. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, put so much in this one personality that for all time people can learn. Fragrance is the scent of heaven. And that's what there is a hadith of Rasulullah that whenever I would yearn for, oh my God, I hope all of you have daughters can probably get that relationship. Why not? At least yearn for it, look for it. But if you totally disavow it completely, well, it doesn't exist. It comes with awareness. Yes, it's important. Yes, I want it. Yes, I. The more I read, the more I respect my daughter. She happens to be a Zahra. And whenever he desired the fragrance of heaven, he would kiss Fatima. Zahra, Fatima is the height of goodness and virtue. Among ladies, there is no one. And not just ladies. Her standard, I mean, there's a lot of books written about Yawm al-Hashr, Yawm al-Qiyamah, what will happen, what will happen, what will happen. She is not only the intercessor for all the ladies believing in her, all those who believe in her father, in her husband, in her children. The Prophet used to praise the personality of lady by saying what? In goodness and virtue was in the form of person, is the person. These are very big words coming from Rahmatul lil Alameen. These are his words. We must know what Islam we follow, what personality it is. In fact, Fatima would be better than that person, but definitely not. Fatima is the best of creation in terms of humility, honor. Humility, khushu, honor, izzah, nobility, ranking. Oftentimes, when I read stories, I really have to detach myself that I'm living in the 20th century. I have to go back 14th century. What was it like? What was it like? What was it like? These words of Prophet show the boundless perfection of Sayyida, the bright star of guidance. Believe me, for all of us, there's no exception. She will help. She will help. The Prophet once said to his companions, look for the sun. This is reported in the history. Look for the sun. When the sun is hidden in the night, look for the moon. Like now, I look for the moon. The sun is on the other side. When the moon is hidden, search for Venus. Brightest star in the sky. Sun, moon, and the Venus. And then what? Then say, if that moon is hidden, then look for the bright star in the Usra Maya. This is the translation of what was said by Rasulullah in Arabic. Okay, so where do I look? Ask the Prophet. The sun. I find it very amusing that I'm not referring to anybody specific, but to know that Rasul was not an ordinary human creation. He was Sirajam Munira. Da'iyan ilallah. Sirajam Munira. Quran says this sun that will come in the morning, Wahaja, burning lamp. Nabi, Sirajam Munira. It will not burn you. You can light. They ask who is the moon? And he's the moon. Perfect copy. Already. The companion who is Venus? Sayyidina. Who are the two stars? With this, the Prophet showed the path of guidance for Islamic Ummah. Look, I mean, if you want to look as a father, as a brother, as a husband, as a mother, wife, daughter, anything this family has, it's complete source of knowledge. It's complete. He compared himself as being the bright son of guidance. Sirajam Munira Surah Ahzab. Da'iyan ilallah. Go invite the human beings. Ali as the glowing moon, and a person must turn to benefit from his light when the sun is hidden. That's why 24/7 Muslim Shias are never without Hadi. Sun is gone, the moon is there. And moon is nothing but a reflection of the sun. And compared Lady Zahra Salamullah Alayhi and Hassan and Hussain alayhi salam to the bright stars. A part of the Prophet, part of Risala. A great number of narrations with similar content have been narrated from the Prophet where he says, not my fault. Yeah, I mean, there is no denial of her rank, no matter how much anybody tries, any sect tries to bring this house down, the more they bring it, the more it rises. The followers of Ahlul Bayt are growing in their search. Everywhere I go, I find there is a connection. There is a connection everywhere. Those who follow Muhammad Ali Fatima AS. These narrations show the extent of emotional connection between the father and the daughter. She was absolutely obedient. A personification of complete ubudiyyah. She took no steps outside the line of truth. And this is one thing one of the scholars said, he says, don't follow every scholar because when they draw the line, it's their line, not the line of the Ahlul Bayt. Find the lines of the Ahlul Bayt. And you can only find them through Quran and through Jihad. It is for this reason you're part. I'm very close to a few more slides, two more maybe. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. My God, see the reason. Father's hands. You cannot describe anything better. As soon as he will see her, and it was his habit, according to the history, whenever he traveled outside of Medina, she'd go to her the last. When he returned, she'd go to her the first. The Prophet has said, Fatima is the joy and happiness of my heart. Make her. I wish I could do more in terms of learning, committing, and acting. Learning, understanding, committing. I am preschooled in Islam when I go to Arabic. Her sons are the fruit of my heart, her husband is the light of my eye, and imams from the progeny of her son are the trustees of my God. not get a better role. I'm not doing justice in my personal life. I'd like to do more. Time is of the essence. Alas, one day is gone. Did I search? Funny thing is, Allah looks at my heart and says how sincere I am, sees what I'm going to do with it, accordingly He'll give me. Just like we know our children. It's very important to understand that aspect. Many times things don't come to me or come to me too easily. I have to be careful. Extremely, because He's the one who is giving me. Whoever holds on to them will be saved, and whoever goes against them will be destroyed. The words of the Prophet that he will just the time looking at her, sitting with her very as a source of happiness and joy. Those who have daughters should think carefully. Should think carefully. They are one and only role model for every Muslim mother, wife, woman, and daughter is Fatima Zahra. The hadith is used as a commentary to the hadith of Fatima in this call. This is the last one, inshallah. The friendship, enmity with Fatima is friendship, enmity with the Prophet. Very simple. Very, very simple. And her legacy will continue through her children, the way they describe. The way they describe. Manzala to Sayyida, the requirement for only how to understand the Manzala to Sayyida. In numerous places, the Prophet has pointed to the true status, saying, Fatima, husband, and the son, Hassan, saying, I am the enemy of anyone. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. He says, anybody who is the enemy of these five, I'm their enemy. Anybody who befriends them, I will befriend them. These five will take you to Rasulullah, will take you to Sirat al-Mustaqim, will take you to the high level in paradise. There is no other way. Unique. Believe me, there are many scholars have written books. I just read a book, Prophet's Heir Ali ibn Abi Talib, written by a scholar in Hassan Abbas. He's in the think tank in Washington. Just wrote a book called Heir, Prophet's Heir. Very beautiful written. I was engrossed in it. In the 2 weeks I was there, I read page by page by page by page by page to understand. Why did Allah say Iqra? Iqra. Educate yourself. Fatima has such a high status that she is unparalleled in this world. If it wasn't for Ali, there would be no man. Fatima's pleasure and this pleasure is God's discipline. Allah. I wish Muslims can read this. Those who did injustice to her, or they're doing to their followers, just because. And I've suffered this many ways early in Pakistan. The Prophet repeatedly said, God is angered. Say that. Imam Ali has said, God is angered when you are angry and pleased in you. The respect Rasulullah, Imam Ali, and her children gave her was unbelievable. The summary. Among the writers, speakers who have described her, Imams have a prominent and greater role in our recognition of her qualities because they are the children. Nobody would know better than the Imam. I keep saying last one. Okay, here's something. If virtue had a faith, 100% virtue. She is the bright star or guidance of our prophet, the children, after the heart. Her deep understanding, we don't think that she was just religious thing that does be staying on the Masali. No. There are many, many instances where she was able to give discourses to the woman. And in her footsteps, she was then up dead in Buddhism. Like her mother. She is known to have implemented the best modesty. Hijab. This is a bigger problem. What kind of hijab? Hijab of the qalb is more important than hijab of the head. Both are important, but hijab of the qalb is extremely, extremely, extremely important. And either in the form of human and these are just repeating spend in the way of peace of it. I'm spending what Allah has given me. I'm patting myself, I wrote a check, I give cash, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did this. The eye doesn't go away from my head. If you say, yeah, you're okay, you're okay. You put $100 in there, you wrote a check, you did this. I'm giving you something. Reading Quran, gazing at Allah. The best daughter, best wife, best mother. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم اللهم اني اسالك بحق محمد وعلى محمد عليك صل على محمد وعلى محمد واجعل النور في بصري وسيلة في ديني واليقين في قلبي واخلاص في امري والسلامة في نفسي وسعة في رزقي والشكر لك قدر ما اعطيتني والسلام